Point Arena volleyball game.
I'm Sakota.
And I'm Josephine. Let's get started.
So the score is currently 15-16. Mendocino in not the lead by 1 point. We're starting off a little bit late, but right now we have number 12, Lupita Sanchez, serving in. Maylee receives it. Tasara comes in with the set, and June goes over.
All right, now Mendocino with the serve. Number 15, Phoebe Hunter takes it out. Phoebe Hunter makes it over, and number 12, Lupita Sanchez.
Attempts to get it over the net, but it doesn't quite make it, so it looks like it's going to be Mendocino's ball. Score 17-16, Mendocino in the lead by 1 point.
Again, Phoebe Hunter with the serve.
She's bouncing that ball. She's anticipating. Let's go.
She makes it over, but it's out.
But it is out. So it looks like it's going to be Point Arena's ball. We're going to have number 4, Allie Spangler, coming in with a serve. But it looks like we have a timeout on Mendocino's side. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty even match. We've been pretty tied throughout the entire game.
17-17. I think we have... Yeah, I think that it's definitely going to be a hard game.
Yeah, 55 seconds left on the clock for the timeout. Looks like they called the full 1 minute. They're talking it over. Looks like it's going to be a tough match. Yeah, it's going to be a tough match. No, laughing faces. No. Everyone's serious. Oh, well, actually, they're smiling, but... So, yeah, the crowd is pretty small for a homecoming game. But
I bet it'll get bigger.
It'll get bigger. Looks like the varsity usually grows a little bit more, but just listen on air and we'll give you a play-by-play and you'll be up to date with the volleyball games.
Let's go.
Can't make it? Turn on 89.3 FM Mendocino, California student-powered radio, KAKX. Oh,
let's go Mendo and Point Arena.
Point Arena is a neighboring coastal town, so it looks like we're kind of competitive with them. Okay, so number 4, Allie Spangler is going to resume her serve. She serves it, but it is out.
So it looks like Mendocino is again with the serve.
Looks like Tasara Brown is going to come in.
Number 14.
Oh, no, I guess June. June McClure is going to come in, number 7 on Mendocino's team. Sage comes in. Calvino comes in for Tasara, and it looks like Phoebe Hunter is going to be coming out for Maddie Grimes.
Number 6.
So we have some switch-ups happening on the Mendocino team, but June's out there anticipating. She's bouncing the ball, and she goes up for the serve, and it is out, barely. So it looks like it's going to be Point Arena's ball now. We're still 18-18, still keeping up with the tie game. Definitely a tough match. We got number 7, Taylor Woods, coming in for the serve.
Taylor Woods makes it over, and Maddie Grimes makes a nice solid bump back over. And again, Maylee, number 5, with the tip.
Ooh,
and Sage Calvino takes it.
But, Sage received it, but tried to bounce it up to Maylee, but Maylee fell, I think. Number 7 again, Taylor Woods.
With the serve. Looks like she's getting pretty serious. And she makes it over. June McClure, number 7, receives it.
Maylee comes in for the set, and Maddie Grimes tips it over. It is now another point for Mendocino, 19-19, keeping up, inching up on the scoreboard. Looks like Lonnie
the court looks a little bit more
Lonnie,
excited.
Number 11 on the Mendocino team's coming in for Kyla Marcello. And we got Maddie Grimes serving it up, number 6.
And
she goes in and it's out. Looks like not a lot of the serves on either one of their teams are really strong. I think today it's just kind of homecoming week's a stressful week. Point Arena just got out of their homecoming week.
We'll see what happens later in the game.
Maddie Grimes goes for a second serve, and it is received by number 3, Yasmin, but
another point
she bounces it out instead of over the net.
Another timeout.
Another timeout. Looks like we're going to go with the full 1 minute again. Wow.
21-19. Currently, Mendocino is in the lead.
Yeah, it looks like we're definitely needing these timeouts, though. Everyone seems like they're struggling to keep it up, but Mendocino is now in the lead.
Look very serious.
Yeah, Mendocino is now in the lead, 21-19. Looks like there's 40 seconds left on the timeout clock. Everyone is red-faced and like ready to play back into the action. We don't know.
Anticipating the final outcome.
This is still the first game. Anything could happen. It's been pretty close, 21-19. So we're only 2 points ahead.
And it looks like they're getting ready to get back onto the court.
Yep, so Maddie Grimes is going to serve, resuming her 2-serve streak, I believe. And she's coming in, and it is out. So it looks like Point Arena is going to be taking over with Yasmin Carbajal coming in, number 3 on Point Arena's team, to make a serve.
Looks like she's ready, and she makes it over. Sage Calvino, number 1, receives. And June McClure, number 7, hits into the net. Another point for Point Arena.
So now the score is back even with 21-21.
Yasmin Carbajal again with the serve. June McClure, number 7, receives.
Maylee Daniels.
Lonnie, number 11, hits it and is blocked.
It wasn't, yeah. So it looks like Point Arena is pretty happy about that. 1 point advantage. Any point advantage they can have right now is pretty good on either side.
Yeah.
Looks like number 3, Yasmin, goes in for another serve. June McClure receives. Maylee Daniels sets, and Lonnie goes in for a tip, yeah, and it makes it over, and it's received. Drew Davis tries to rescue the ball, and it is under the net, so it is out. So it looks like it's going to be Point Arena's ball again. 23-21, Yasmin coming up. Carbajal on the Point Arena team serves it over. It's in. Violet Spinelli. Yeah, gets in. Maylee Daniels over, and number 3, Lonnie receives. Maylee sets, and Drew
hits it over.
Yeah.
Drew again receives, and she bumps it over to Marissa Clark, who brings it back over to Mendo.
Drew tips, but it bounces right back out. June McClure passes over to
number
Maylee.
10 with that hit. Yasmin Carbajal bumps it straight over.
Lonnie with the tip. Number 7 receives it on the Point Arena team. Sage liberos it.
Sage and Violet dive for the ball, but
what a rally. The ref cuts it off and gives the point to Mendo. I think that might have been they stepped underneath the net or the line. But it looks like it's going to be Drew Davis, number 10, on Mendocino's side, serve. So let's see what she's got.
She makes it, and Yasmin Carbajal receives. Marissa Clark bumps it over to Mendo. Maylee Daniels, number 5, receives it and bumps it.
Maylee Daniels gets in another after the receiving end. Tessara sets her back, and Maylee lobs it over, but it's barely out, and it looks like it's going to be Point Arena's ball. 24-22, first game. And number 6, Marissa Clark, serves it over. Drew Davis receives, passes it over to Maylee Daniels, who sets Tessara. Tessara over, back to Yasmin, and Yasmin's mid-bump, and the ref calls it and gives it the point to Mendo.
Sage, number 1, goes on for Drew Davis, number 10. Maylee Daniels, number 5, with the serve, and she makes it over. And number 3, Yasmin Carbajal receives. Sage Calvino, number 1, hits it to June, and it's Mendo's point.
Yeah, after Tessara's amazing hit from the set June gave her. That was a pretty good rally, though, and it's 24-24, which means that we're going to have to go up to 26 to win the match. Maylee serves it over. Maylee gets it received by
Sage Calvino, takes it, and Maylee Daniels, and Tessara, number 14, hits it over.
25-24, Mendocino in the lead by 1 point. That means they're 1 point away from winning. We're doing another timeout, though.
Just for the team to contemplate. I think Point Arena called that one for their last
This is the third full timeout that has been called. I believe the Point Arena team called
it.
How many
do they get? I think it's about 4. I think it's 4 or 3.
I think it's 4, but that might be for the entire set of 3 games.
Yeah, no half timeouts have been called. I think they just need all the time they can get at this point.
Yeah, I think they're just...
Both tides.
Yeah, with only 33 seconds left on the clock for the timeout, Mendo's already back on the court waiting for Point Arena to be done with their huddle.
Mendo looks a little bit more hyped up. Point Arena's looking a little bit more serious. They look pretty determined. We'll see what the outcome is.
Amelia Daniels is bouncing the ball. She's ready on Mendocino team. She's coming up. And looks like number 13 is coming in. Number 13, Chloe Canton's coming in for number 8 on the Point Arena team, Aurora Smith. A little changing up. Maylee serves over. Maylee over to Taylor Woods. Taylor back over to Sage Calvino on the Mendocino team.
Tassara, number 14, hits it over to Point Arena, and number 4
hits it back.
And then number 6, Marissa Clark, hits it into the net.
Game.
Another point for Mendo.
Okay, so we're gonna send it back to the studio. No, we're gonna.
Okay, and it looks like both the teams are switching sides as people get ready for the next match.
So they're switching it up. This is kind of almost like another timeout.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of breaks on this.
I can see some more people filtering in. I think it's going to be a bit of a bigger crowd this game. We'll see if we have to be through 2 more games or just 1. We'll see what the...
Yeah, and I would not be surprised if Point Arena pulled it through for the second game. Looks like Varsity for Point Arena is going into the locker room right now, getting ready for their game. They might think that this might be one of the last games as well, but it could go either way. At this point, Mendocino won the first game, and it looks like Point Arena or Mendocino could win the second game because pretty much that entire game it was 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, like going up, climbing up all the way to the points, 24-24, and I think Mendo just got a little gassed up at the end.
Yeah, we'll see, because like usually...
We pulled it through, but that doesn't mean that Point Arena doesn't have an equally good chance. I've seen in recent matches in their hometown.
Yeah, they're very aggressive and good.
We get strong. It gets really tight with these type of games because there is no really better team because they're all just so different in their own way. So it looks like...
And they have their really good players. And
yeah, the crowd is looking a little bit dry in the student section.
Yeah.
So if you're a student from Mendocino...
Come on down.
Or Fort Bragg or Point Arena, I don't think you get it down in Point Arena. But
definitely Fort Bragg.
Definitely come down and support it. It's a fun match. We only have broadcasted from points 10 to 10, I think. And it was an exciting 15-point matchup throughout the entire game. So I think it would be even better if you guys saw it in person, but stay tuned up to KAKX 89.3 Mendocino, California student-powered radio to hear more.
Yep, and the teams are looking like they're getting themselves amped up for the next games. Mendo's looking really happy, and Point Arena's looking really pumped, so I think this is going to be a good second game.
They're reminiscing on memories. I see it. Like, they're sitting there. Oh, yeah, and we just got away from June McClure.
Number 7, shout out.
7, Mendocino team. So it looks like everyone's kind of like sees us that we're broadcasting. So that's kind of cool. I'm like glad. I want to engage the Point Arena people too. So yeah, the crowd. We got a lot of supportive parents. If you're a supportive parent of a Mendocino High School child, please come down. It would be great. Or keep tuning into KAKX because that's kind of cool too.
It's not kind of cool. Let's be honest here.
Cool. It's really cool to be tuned into KAKX. So now we're starting back up.
Looks like Point Arena has the first serve.
Yasmin Carbajal.
Number 3. Yeah, Yasmin Carbajal's really been getting her serves in this game, I have to say.
I think she's definitely one of the stronger servers on that team.
Definitely really good.
I always see them switching up the lineup so that she can get back in there. She's one of those players that I see is pretty good at everything.
A lot of strong suits and a lot of the different
But you could probably say that
areas.
for many of the teammates on both sides. So we got Yasmin coming up. She's bouncing the ball, and she an underhand serve.
It over to Lonnie at number 11, and Drew Davis, number 10, with the hit over to Point Arena.
Ooh.
Looks like first point goes to Mendo.
Number 12, Lupita Sanchez, tried to save that one on the net, but ended up probably touching it. So that means that it is Mendocino's ball.
Maddie Grimes, number 6, with the first serve from Mendocino. She hits it over, and it does not, just hits the net.
But it's okay. We're going to go over to Point Arena, who has number 6 now, Marissa
Clark.
Marissa Clark, she's also shown some strength in serving. She's coming up with a overhand serve, but it doesn't quite make it over the net, and it looks like it's another point for Mendocino. We got 2-1.
Server Drew Davis, number 10.
Mendocino in the lead by 1 point.
Bouncing it on the ground. See what happens.
Let's do this. And she serves it over. It's received by number 6, Marissa Clark. Marissa Clark over to Mei Lee, who sets to Sarah. To Sarah, back over to Mei Lee, sets it over. Looks like there's some rallying, and Tassara gets another chance to hit it down.
Oh, and she gets it over to 4, Allie
Spangler. Looks like Mei Lee comes over for the set over the
Number
net.
13, Chloe Canton, blocks a couple, and now it's another point
Chloe
for
Canton
Mendo.
was blocking a bunch of those things.
Yeah.
Just kept it going on this ever-going rally.
Yeah.
But
it was a long rally.
Ultimately, Mendo came out on top, and now Drew Davis
1.
is serving another time, and it is out.
Another point for Point Arena. And number 13, Chloe Canton, is serving.
Sage just went in for Drew Davis in the back row, so. And we've had a few switches up in the Point Arena side. Number 13, Chloe Canton, again coming in for the serve. It's received, back and forth. Oh, and it looks like something between Lonnie, June, and Tassara. Little confusion, and the ball hit the ground.
And again, the serve with Chloe Canton, number 13.
3-3.
And she makes her hit.
Ooh.
And Violet Spinelli accidentally sets it backwards. It's all right. Another point for Point Arena. And Chloe Canton again with the serve.
She's coming in with the overhand serve. Oh, and it's
a little
out.
short.
It is out, but looks like it's now 4-4.
Maylee Daniels, number 5, with the serve for Mendocino.
She comes up, and it is over the net. Number 3, Yasmin, receives it. She tries to pass it over to number 7, Taylor Woods, but it's missed by number 12, Lupita Sanchez, and it goes out into the bleachers. It's
5-4.
5-4, and Maylee Daniels with her third serve. She goes over. It's received by Yasmin. Yasmin over to number 7, Taylor Woods. Taylor Woods over to Mendocino. Tassara hits it over. And it looks like Tassara is blocking yet another hit.
Number 6, Marissa Clark, just hit it over to Mendocino, and Tassara, number 14, had a good comeback. That gives that gives a point to Point Arena.
Yeah, I guess it was, I think she also went underneath the line.
Yep.
They're really having to get really close to get some of those tight hits.
Getting pretty technical. Number 1, Sage Calvino, receives the serve from number 12, Lupita Sanchez.
Oh,
and another
Lonnie
point for Mendo.
Lonnie comes in with the unexpected second ball hit. And so it looks like we're going to have Lonnie serving. But first, Violet Spinelli, number 12 on Mendocino team's coming in for number 6, Maddie Grimes for the front row. So we got Lonnie. She's spinning the ball. This might be an overhand. Yep, it's an overhand serve.
And she makes it. And number 7, Taylor Woods, receives. Number 14, Tassara, makes it over to the Point Arena side. And number 7, Taylor Woods, again puts it over.
Lonnie tries to receive it in the back row, but it was just such a hard ball over there, so she
just went out.
In the air.
Kyla Marcello, number 3, is going in for number 11, Lonnie, on Mendocino side. And number 4, Allie Spangler, is getting ready for her serve on Point Arena.
She's getting ready, and she does an underhand serve over to Sage Calvino, who is set by June, but June ends up juking them and setting it over. Number 4, Allie Spangler, spits it back right out. And
number 14, Tassara, just takes it over. And again, received by number 7.
Oh, June and Sage getting a little dispute over who's going to get the ball. And she ultimately hits it into the net, and it is now Point Arena's ball, 7-6.
Again, number 4, Allie Spangler with the serve. She's getting ready.
She's served a lot.
Yeah, she has.
Oh, and she hits it with the underhand. Kyla Marcello spits it back out. June sets it over the net. And number 7, Taylor Woods goes right back over. Maylee hits it over, and it is now Mendocino's ball. Looks like Drew Davis is coming in for Sage Calvino, and Tassar is about to serve the ball. Oh no,
Number 1, Sage Calvino is serving for Mendocino.
Yeah.
She's getting ready, bouncing the ball, and with her strong overhand serve, puts it over. Number 4,
Taylor Woods
Spangler.
tries to save it, but it's already in the bleachers. So it looks like Sage Calvino is going to serve again. 6-7, Mendocino 1 point behind, but still in possession. Sage Calvino goes over, and number 13, Chloe Canton, has trouble receiving it, and it hits the lower part of her arm, and it just bounces backwards.
Number 1, Sage Calvino is going to take the next serve.
8-7, Mendocino 1 point in the lead.
9-7.
She serves it. 9-7. Yo!
Another point for Mendo with
Another
Sage's
point
strong
for Mendo.
serve.
Yeah, I saw Chloe Canton having another trouble getting it, and it just bounced backwards.
All right, 10-7. Home is in the lead. Number 1, Sage Calvino back again with the serve.
10-7. Mendocino 3 points in the lead.
Over, and again, Chloe Canton.
Chloe Canton went straight through her legs, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure we can even it back. They can even it back out. This is just
now 11-7. Mendocino in the lead. Sage Calvino back again with the serve. All right, I think they might have fixed their problem here. And number 3, Yasmin Carbajal gets the ball.
Oh, Maddie Grimes spits it back over with a hit. Number 4, Allie Spangler spits it back over. And Drew Davis is set by June McClure, and June hits it over. Maylee receives it. Sage passes it over to Drew. Drew comes in with the hit. It's received by Marissa Clark, and it's right down, and it's now 11-8. Mendocino is not in possession. Point Arena is in possession.
But Mendocino is in the lead.
Yeah, number 7 is Taylor Woods. She's
in
about
for
to
the serve, and she makes it over. Maylee Daniels, number 5, receives, and number 10, Drew Davis, hits it over.
Ooh,
number 6, Marissa Clark, which got up another point.
That was such a tip. It was the second ball only, so I think they didn't expect it, and she just tipped it over. It's still 9-11, Mendocino in the lead by 2 points. Number 7, Taylor Woods coming in for her second serve. Oh, she sets it over. Kyla Marcello receive.
June McClure, number 7, bumps it over, and it makes it in, so that leaves another point for Mendocino.
And it looks like June McClure is going to be serving it. She's coming up. Point Arena is down on their knees, ready to get ready to receive it. Oh, and it's out. So it's now Point Arena's ball again. 12-10, Mendocino in the lead with only 2 points.
Number 3, Yasmin Carbajal for the serve for Point Arena, and she makes it over to Sage Calvino. Number 1, Maylee Daniels, number 5, bumps it over. Number 12 and number 7, Taylor Woods, hits it over to Mendocino. Drew Davis, number 10, hits it over to Point Arena.
Ooh, number 6, Marissa Clark, comes in with the tip. Sage receives it. It's over to Maylee Daniels, who sets June McClure. Now it is back over to Marissa Clark. Marissa gives it over to Taylor Woods, who goes over to Drew Davis, and Maylee Daniels tries to save it, but it is just out. So now we are 12-11, Mendocino in the lead with 1 point. So now we got number 3, Yasmin Carbajal, coming in with her second serve.
And she makes it over, just barely tipping over the net, and it makes it have another point for Point Arena.
Yeah, it looks like June tried to get it, but it didn't quite pop up as much as she thought it would, and now it's Point Arena's ball again. 12-12, tying it up.
Number 3, Yasmin Carbajal, again with the serve, and she bumps it over to Sage Calvino, number 1, and Drew Davis, number 10, has that hit over. Yasmin Carbajal bumps it out.
So it's now Point Arena's ball again. Lonnie is coming in for Kyla Marcello, and Looks like Maddie Grimes is going to be coming in for Stella. So I guess Maddie Grimes is going to be serving it. She's coming over. It's a good thing. Taylor Woods receives it. Taylor over, and it is barely out. And it looks like it's going to be Mendocino's ball. 14-12. Mendocino in the lead by 2 points.
All right, Maddie Grimes, number 6, hits it over with her overhand serve. Number 3, Yasmin Carbajal receives. Sage Calvino, number 1, bumps it over to Point Arena. And Yasmin Carbajal tries to get it over.
That was a lot of slip and sliding on
yeah.
their knees for that one. They were going back and forth just between their own court, so the ref just kind of tweeted his whistle and got back over. Maddie Grimes coming in for her 3rd serve. It is received by number 4, Allie Spangler. Allie back over there. Maddie receives it. Maddie back over to number 6, Marissa Clark. Marissa Clark over there. Maylee sets it to Drew Davis, who does a tip. It's back over to Drew. Drew hits it. Looks like number 7, Taylor Woods, is going to be coming in. She hits it. Sage tries to dig it, but on Mendocino team, it's not quite ready. And 15-13, the score is now
Mendocino in the lead. All right, number 6, Marissa Clark comes in for the serve for Point Arena. She's bouncing the ball, anticipating, and she hits it over with her overhand serve to Lonnie, number 11. And Maylee, number 5, bumps it over to Point Arena. But it was an out ball, so it looks like Point Arena got the point.
Yeah, so it looks like number 6, Marissa Clark, is going to be serving. She's bouncing the ball in anticipation. Mendocino's getting ready to receive it. June McClure gets in for the dig, sets it over to Maylee Daniels, who then sets it to Drew Davis, who comes in with the hit, but is not quite received right, and it is now Mendocino's ball. Tassar just came in for Sage Calvino, and Drew Davis is number 10 on Mendocino team is getting ready to serve.
Number 10, Drew Davis serves it over to, and then it gets back to number 10, Drew Davis, and then number 5, Maylee Daniels sets it to number 14, Tassara, who bumps it out for another point for Point Arena.
Yep, so now it's 17-14, Mendocino in the lead by 3 points. Lonnie coming out for Phoebe Hunter, and Drew Davis
15.
coming in for her another serve. She's coming in, and it is a serve, and it is successful. It's received by Taylor Woods. Taylor Woods over to Maylee. Maylee over to June, who will be serving. Oh, looks like it's going to be a timeout.
Called by Mendo, I think that was.
Yeah, so it's going to be a full
timeout. Really on with these full timeouts tonight, but it's
looks
good
like
to get
both teams could really use this timeout. They've been really roughing it up on the court.
Yeah.
Point Arena is drinking some water. They're getting ready with their coach. They are sweating it out, and Mendocino is being talked to by Coach Laviva Dakers, and they're all getting ready for this next
pumped.
game.
Like
31 seconds left on the clock. 14-18, Mendocino in the lead by only 4 points, but that can come up.
Mendocino looks like they're done, and they're ready to go back on the court. Point Arena goes back as well, and we're about ready to start the next.
Okay, Drew Davis is coming in on Mendocino team. She passes it over to Lupita. Lupita back over to Violet. Violet over to Maylee. Maylee sets it over to Phoebe Hunter, who goes over. It's received and back to June McClure on Mendocino team, who then gets a nice hit for Tassara on number 3, Yasmin Carbajal. Tries to receive it, but it just bounces off, and it's out of bounds, and it's now Mendocino's ball again. Drew Davis in for the serve, 19-14. Mendocino in the lead with 5 points.
She looks like she has a strong serve, and it goes over to Point Arena, and Taylor Woods looks like she just gave a really good receiving. Chloe Canton just tipped it over to Mendocino, which gave them a new point.
Ooh, and it looks like Sage Calvino just came in for Drew Davis, and Stella is coming in for Violet Spinelli on Mendocino team. And the play is resumed, and it looks like Chloe Canton came in with the serve over to June McClure, set by Maylee to Tassara, and now it is back over, received by Yasmin Carbajal. Yasmin Carbajal over to Phoebe. Phoebe over with the over, and it looks like Taylor Woods tried to do a hit, but it went right out. So now the score is 20-15. Maylee Daniels on Mendocino team getting ready for the serve.
She looks like she's ready, and her serve is overhand, and it makes it over to Allie Spangler with the return. Phoebe Hunter takes it, and now Taylor Woods tries to hit it over, but it gets caught in the net. Another point for Mendo.
Mendocino's in the lead by 6 points, 21-15. Maylee Daniels with another serve, number 5 on Mendocino team. She comes over, and it is a successful serve. Taylor Woods tries to bounce it back out, but it's out. She looks pretty frustrated. It looks like the past few hits haven't gone exactly as planned, and Maylee Daniels is going to be serving again.
Yeah, she's getting back, and her serve is another overhand serve, and it goes right into the net. That's okay.
Still in the lead by around 6 points, 22-16. So it looks like Lupita is going to be serving on Point Arena team. She serves an underhand. Sage Calvino receives it. June sets Phoebe, who then tries to tip it, but it's already over the net, and number 3, Yasmin Carbajal, doesn't quite see it, and it just goes right down, and now Mendocino's in the possession again.
Yeah. Phoebe Hunter is back with the serve. She's going in for an overhand, which makes it over to Taylor Woods. And Phoebe thinks it's out, but it seems to still be in. So another point for Point Arena.
Looks like it was a line ball. I saw that.
23-17. Mendocino's in the lead. The ball is getting thrown over to Point Arena. We're having some difficulties with that.
And it looks like Allie Spangler is going to be serving it. She's bouncing the ball. I think they really need this point advantage right now. Oh, and they serve it, but it is out. So now it's 23-17. Mendocino in the lead by 7 points, 24-17. Drew Davis comes in for Sage Calvino, but Sage Calvino goes right back in for Tassara Brown in the back row.
Sage Calvino with the serve, and she is going over with a strong overhand serve. Chloe Canton received, and Taylor Woods tried to get it, but it was kind of under the net. And that was game for Mendocino, 25-17. Those were 2 strong games.
Yeah, so we have 57 seconds left on the clock until we resume the next game. Mendocino is pumped. That's it. That's game.
Yeah.
That's game.
That's
2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3, baby. We got this.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty good match, pretty even. So we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening to us, Josephine and Sakota. You're listening to KAKX 89.3 FM, Mendocino, California, student-powered radio.